Hey folks, how you doing? Suzy Meadows here. Hey, this is Monday, February 28th, and I am live on Facebook, and this is my normal Facebook Live, the online crafty session. As you come on, let me know you're joining me by leaving a comment. You'll know you're live if up in this upper corner you see a red rectangle that says live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay, or you may be watching YouTube, which is lovely. Because actually I know that this is not necessarily the best time for everybody for the lives, because it's 5 o'clock. Folks are getting home from work, getting ready for supper, things like that. And today here in Indiana, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. 50 degrees, sunny. The snow is melting, so it's spring's a-coming. But hey, like I said, as you come on, leave me a comment that you're joining me and where you're from. If you are watching my YouTube channel, if you like this video, please hit the like button and then also subscribe so you know when I'm putting the next video up. So, well, gang, I think we are going ahead and I'm going to turn you on down and get going. So, hang on just a minute. You know, whenever I do this, I get close to the camera. You get a close-up view, more than what you really want to see. And I'm going to move you just a little bit. Now, I've got to do things a little different this time, guys, because I normally craft standing up. But yesterday, I had a big shocker. All I was doing, I was just sweeping, you know, but what happened is all of a sudden I had a spasm in my back, went all the way down to my toes. Good thing I was standing in the doorway, because that sort of held me up until I got oriented. And yeah, so I am going to have to sit, and that's weird for me. So I'm definitely going to pull you up on my iPad and to make sure maybe I can see that I see we are live, which is good. Well, maybe. Come on, there we go. Good. Okay, good deal. Now I realize, you know, this is going to be a little weird. Weird for me, weird for you, but hey. Okay, welcome. Okay, let me just go ahead and get going. And what we are going to use is this Daffodil afternoon paper. A couple of you picked up this paper, and I realized I had not shown this to you, any projects to you. I'm going to scoot this up just a little more. Yes, you're seeing my painter's tape, but you know, when I get crafting, I just put things everywhere. So we're going to at least scooch up a little bit more here. Yes. Okay. It's a little crooked now, isn't it? But oh well, tough. I'm going to move on. It does not have to be perfect, does it? I have to tell myself sometimes. But we're going to use this paper. And this is one of the cards I made in the very beginning. It's just a little 3x3 note card, just using a little bit of the pretty paper. And but that's what we're going to use today. Now, while I've got here, I want to show you really quick, because, you know, today is the last day for celebration. So, because it's February 28th, and here you go. You see it's finishing up. So, I want to quickly, I am not going to go through everything, but I am going to just show you a few of the things that I've crafted, and you can go back and look at the videos either on YouTube or on Facebook. But the driving by stamp set, I love this little bus. And then I had a friend, Dee, who made this card for me. She came from Pennsylvania, came to a class here in Indiana. It was so good to meet her face to face. And this is the card she gave me, and she used this Catching Butterflies stamp set. So that was really neat. I really liked the card, and I really liked getting to know her. Now, this is my favorite paper, the Sunshine and Rainbows. This is my ultimate favorite card. We made this in our last class here at the Lebanon Library. And but this is my favorite paper. And of course, in the other catalog, that would be the spring catalog. There is, I forget what it's called. Oh, Rainbows of Happiness. There's a stamp set and some dies, and that's what we used also. But that's my ultimate favorite. That just makes me smile. And here we have the Simply Marvelous paper, of course, double-sided. And early on, I made that the sky for my rainbow. And then I also used it with this next stamp set, the Awesome Otters. Hey, Marie, glad you're joining. Yep, be safe as you drive. I know you're heading somewhere. So, but this was a template that I shared with folks early on of the month, those that had actually picked up the Awesome Otters. And here I used the Simply Marvelous, and I also used that stamp set. And then here was just a little quick one that I had made just to show what you can do with a little 3x3 note card. So, what else we got? Oh, we got the friendly hello. This was a nice one. This is it's paper and the stamp set. And here's just a couple that I made really quick. Once again, we used this paper. Well, actually, both of them. We used the bundle in the class last. We had it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there we go. So, but that's one choice. And then we're going to use a stamp set today, Special Moments. And it's, you know, I don't know about you, but I can never have enough sentiments. And I like this because it has little and it has larger sentiments. So that was nice. And then this last one here is Calming Camellia. I've got, they're back behind me, and since I can't get up, I'm not going to get them. So I'm sure you've seen them. So, but okay. So like I said, this is the last day, gang. So this is where, if you're interested in anything, this is where you can catch up with me, whether you want to email me, contact me, find when the events are, or shop. And if you're shopping, this is the host code for just another day or two. Using that host code, it puts you right into my shopping store. So there you go. I like to give folks thank yous for shopping with me. Now, okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So I've told you guys before, I'm very visual. And so when I get the paper, I have to put it all so I can see it all at one time. Because, you know, it is 12 by 12, 12 inches by 12 inches. And these are some of the different designs. But so I can quickly look. I like punching them out or something like that, so I can see what designs I have. Now, there is also a stamp set that coordinates with this. It's the Daffodil, probably Daffodil Afternoon. I don't know. You know, it's right back here. Oh, look. I did not get it, but I know, and I've seen some gorgeous projects with it. I'm looking. Something I should have looked ahead of time, shouldn't I? Okay, not seeing it, but it's, oh, here we go. Daffodil Daydream, page 37. I've seen some really neat cards with it. I have not picked it up because I tell you, there's just so many gorgeous ones. But this is nice because it coordinates with it. So, okay, now I'm going to move on. I'm going to move because I don't want to keep you too long. I know it's sunny out, so I want you to be able to enjoy what we're going to do. But I'm going to use Bumblebb Trinkets. I don't know if you've seen these. They're cute. Look at these little things. I like them. So, but we're going to use these. Get this out of the way. We're going to use the Daffodil paper, and I have already cut it out a little bit. I've got a card base of Pale Papaya. It's just half a sheet. I've scored it and cut it in half. And then here I've got some of that pretty paper, and it's going to go like that. So it's this is a 4-inch by 5 1/4. And this here is actually a die cut. We're going to get my inks over here from the Scalloped contour dies. I know some of you have this, so I want to show you some ways you can use it. And what I did, I looked at this, my designer series paper, and using those little flowers, I went with Very Vanilla, and I cut it to fit right inside the stitches. So, now, what we're going to do is, this is going to be interesting, gang. Like I said, I'm going to use this stamp set, Honeybee Home. I've had it for a while, but I haven't used it. But I was looking at these little trinkets, and I thought, oh, I wonder. So I've been practicing, but this, actually what we're going to use this time is we're going to use this. I sort of look at that as a foxglove or delphinium. It's a pretty flower is the bottom line. So we're going to stamp that on here in basic gray. Now to let you know, I just inked up my basic gray, so it is dark. So I'm going to actually, I've already put this on the block to show you how dark it is. Look at that, it's really dark. And I don't need it that dark. So because we're gonna color this, I'm gonna show you how to add some color. Okay, I've got to stand. There's no way I can stamp this sitting down. Well, I'm trying. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, so I think I wanna put you, oh, might as well put it right in the middle. So this is second generation stamping because that's my first generation and this is second. So I didn't ink it up again because I wanted it light. I didn't want it really dark. Now, I'm going to use the colors in this designer series paper, which to me, that's Coastal Cabana and Pale Papaya, those pretty flowers there. So I'm going to color this. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. You can always, let me show you. Oh, my watercolor pencils. I'm going to get those out. I have taken them out of the case and I just put them all together. But there's two different sets. And with those, I've pulled out the Coastal Cabana because I want my foliage to be coastal. So one way I could do that is I could, with my watercolor pencils and my water painters, I could color that way. And I got this note because I got a class. The next class is actually watercoloring technique where we'll be using the pencils and the water painters. And that's March 17th at the Lebanon Library at 2 or 5:30 p.m. So I'm going to put that over here to the side so I remember to come back. Well, what I'm going to use instead of water painters is I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. I don't know if you've done that before, but we're going to start with, I'm going to start with my Pale Papaya. And what I'm going to do is, okay, I need an extra block here. You got two ways. You can always, you look in here, you see you've got a little bit here. You can always press like that and get ink on the inside. But I'm going to add Wink of Stella. So I'm going to get a block, and there's some ink. Closed and open. An open ink pad is dangerous around me. Now I'm going to get my Wink of Stella. This is actually a glitter pen. Shake it up. You see the push button there? I'm going to push, and it's going to bring some Wink of Stella down. Let me get this a little closer. Oh, see? There, I got a whole bunch. And I'm just going to stir it. So I'm going to have a really pretty, shiny, Pale Papaya. And that's what I'm going to use to color my flowers. So there we go. Now this is a really light Pale Papaya. This is, I believe it's an alcohol-based liquid in there, and so it actually dries pretty doggone quick. I'm just swirling it to get some more. There we go. Oh, I like that dark color. So actually I want the dark color at the base now that so I'm going to get some of this dark color. So I'm going to do it at the base and bring it up towards the top. Okay, and I think that's good. So I'm leaving some space, white space, I guess you could say. It's very vanilla, but you know what I mean. So there we go. So that, and I'm going to clean this off because now I'm going to do this with, and I'll turn this around. I'm going to do this with my, I'm going to do it with my Coastal Cabana now. Get that out of the way. Once again, like I said, I could have used a watercolor pencil, but I just thought I wanted to try this. And so here's my Coastal Cabana. Open it up, and I don't need very much of it at all. I'm reaching around. Here we go. I'm going to get a block, and there we go. Okay, close that up right now. Make sure, yep, my Wink was clean. Now, I'm just curious. Let's just find out. I didn't squirt. Squirt, that's not a real technical term, isn't it? But I just wanted to see, ooh, look how pretty that is. So I'm not going to add any more of juice. I don't know, is that a good way of calling it? And what I'm doing, since this is dark, I'm making the base of my flowers the coastal. There we go. And we've got a little bit here, okay, and here. Like I said, this doesn't need very much at all. And what I'm doing, I'm letting the artist help me out. You see where the artist has added the lines? That's where I'm putting the majority of my color. And then the rest of it, just a little bit. Okay, when I'll bring this up closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But this is one way you can add color to your art panel. Oh, just want a little bit more here, I think. Okay, oh, here's some leaves here. And like I said, the reason I'm going with this color is because I want to go with this color that I'm seeing here in the paper. So I'm just going to clean that up. Find my lid. Like I said, this is Stella. It's a glitter brush is what it is. Really fun. Okay, so get this out of the way. And get my other one out of the way. Okay, so here we go. So this is going to go right here. Now, I want to use, I'm going to bling it up a little bit. So, like I said, I'm already going to use the bee, the bumblebee. I also want this sentiment. It's just, what is it? Just a little high for me. So this is going to be an all occasion card. Now, looking at this, oh, I promised I'd bring this up closer, didn't I? Look, can you see that? Can you see the glitter? Isn't that gorgeous? Let me see. I think if I come down, oh, there you can see it if I do it at an angle, yes. Okay, so my sentiment. This is a small piece, so it doesn't fit on that. So I'm gonna need to do it off to the side. So I have some very vanilla, just a scrap. And I think I'm gonna stay with my Coastal Cabana. And, okay, I've gotta get this closer. So I know this means it probably is not, and look at how crooked that is. You know, I can make that work, but how about if I straighten it? See, I've used this before. So let's see if plan B, if I can, this is what happens when I don't stand up. But I tell you, I wouldn't be still alive if I was standing up because my leg would have me on the floor, courtesy of that spasm. So, okay. So now we've got this. Now let's figure out where we want it, here or here, because I also want some ribbon. And I pulled out this pool party, this sheer. I know it's pool party and this is coastal, but it goes together pretty good, I thought. And I thought I would. Now, I don't like tying. Oh, I don't know that I want to. I could always go there. Yep, it needs to be here. So I am going to tie a bow, a knot, but do it a faux. That makes sense. And the way I do it, the easiest way for me is, okay, I'm going to use my glue dots, my mini glue dots. I'm going to use take your pick tool and put one at each end. And that's how I'm going to put my my ribbon on. Okay, I want my ribbon right here. So I'm gonna go like that and like that. So on the back, there's my glue dots and that's holding it down. Cool, okay. Now, and that needs to go up just a little more. I went downhill, imagine that. Once again, I really can do things straighter if I'm standing up. Now I'm going to do a knot, but rather than tying it around the whole piece of paper and then doing the knot, I like doing it this way. I am now going to tie a knot on the ribbon that's there. For me, this is so much easier. You may have another way that works well, but for me, this works better. Okay, now we need to do a little bit of trimming. Get this ribbon out of the way. And I think I want it scooted over just a little bit. Tighten it. I like how it goes down. I'm liking that. Okay, now it's time to put it here. Okay, now normally my glue, I use this end, but I'm about out. So when I'm about out, I tend to use the flat end. For some reason, I can get the very last bit of it. Like I said, it's really about out. But I can use that and just get, and I like putting the glue on my ribbon. It just sort of, to me, it reinforces where the ribbon's gonna stay there. And I'm just using my silicone mat because that keeps my work surface clean, and glue will just come right off a silicone mat. There we go. I like that. Okay, now, all right, let's get this down. Oh, that's the pretty side. But we're not going to use that right now. So once again, I'm using up the end of my glue and get a little bit. I don't like going all the way to the outside because the value of the glue is you get to wiggle it around. If it's not exactly where you want it on the card base, you can move it a little bit while the glue's moist. But if you put glue all the way to the edge and you move, then it leaves glue on your base. And I don't like that. Because then you got to get the rubber, the good old eraser out and start working on it. So, okay. So there we go. We've got this. And we're going to bump this up. As in, I'm going to give it some depth by elevating it with dimensionals. So we're just going to put a few on. Get some going here. I think maybe one more. There we go. Take the release off. There we go. Oop, got one more to go. There we go. And, I can go, I could go up, but, I think I want to go down. I'm going to do this. See, I've not made this one in advance. So we are creating together on the fly. So, okay. And here is our sentiment. Now, how do we want that? Well, I know we're going to hide that. I sort of like this. I wonder about this at an angle. I'm big on angles because, sometimes it's hard for me to do a straight shot. I like that right there. Okay. So I need to elevate this in. So come on back, dimensionals. And I really only need one here because I'm going to put the other part there. So we'll put just a little bit of glue. I don't know that I have to, but we will. Just a little bit. And let's see, I've got to get it up a little bit closer so I can look at it. I want it right here. Just a little note from me. And now we need our bumblebee. And I think the easiest way to put that bumblebee on is to stick it right on the glue dot. Use my take your pick tool, get it here. And I think I want it here. Oh, it needs to be up here. Right there. Woohoo! How is that? I like that. Just a little note from me. Now, I could go on the inside and stamp because I have other sentiments. I could, thanks for brightening my day, happy birthday, for someone who's wonderful in each and every way. But I think I'm going to leave this alone right now because I'm not sure who I'm going to send it to. And so this gives me some flexibility. And when I'm ready to send the card out, then I will do the inside and I will also actually do an envelope. So, okay, gang. So, let me see. This is it. So this was a different way of adding color to an art panel with a wink of Stella, a wink of Stella. And then I just, I used a block in my ink pad So that way I didn't, because I don't want to do this in my ink pad because then you get glitter in there and you don't want glitter everywhere. So there we go. Okay, so gang, this is the deal. So I hope you enjoyed the card, learning a little different technique. I appreciate you watching, and I will be back next Monday, which will be in March. I cannot believe it, March 7th. And so come on back. Not sure what we'll be crafting with, but just remember March 17th is the next in-person class with the water painters. And we'll be making at least 4 to 5 projects, doing some different techniques with the water painters and ink. So ink and papers. Let me see, stamps, ink, and paper, and we'll be using water painters. So hey gang, it's been good chatting with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.